I recorded a video doing comparison of my Ozonics units, the new HR600 with the 500, and also my older 230. Mainly focused on the noise levels because for me, I like these units. I like using them. Whether they work or not, they give me that little bit more confidence, and we all know hunting is all about confidence. But saying that, I don't like sitting out in the woods, relaxing, and hearing the Ozonics unit going above me. And you get kind of used to it, but it's still sort of an annoying thing. So I've always been on the search for a quieter unit. Each year they talk about, or each time they come out with a new model, they say it's quieter, 20% quieter, 25% quieter. They never really say quieter than which unit. They just say quieter, and they just throw out percentages. And so, you know, the new HR600, they said it was going to be quieter with the fan being on top here, which didn't really matter to me because I always run my 500 or my older one upside down. Never really bothered me to do it that way. But, you know, they still just said it was quieter. They didn't just say it's quieter because the fan's on top, so the perceived noise is less. They literally said it's quieter. So I used a decibel meter on my phone, which I knew they really aren't accurate, but I figured it'd be just a good comparison because it's, you know, if I'm using the same app, the same phone, and I'm doing the test the same way, at least it's a good comparison between the units, even if it's wrong. But after doing it and doing it a few more times, I realized that it was way too inconsistent between the readings I was getting. I really didn't want to just post that. Anyways, let's get to it. What I want to try to do instead of the decibel, which I just want to throw this in there. I feel like Ozonics should do that themselves. Like, if they're going to say it's quieter, they should actually show us a real-world test. Get, like, a real legitimate decibel meter and actually show us that it's quieter. But right off the bat, if I can just get this with my phone, we'll see. This is not, it's not quieter. Like, okay. I don't know if you can hear that. Actually sounds decently quiet right now. But the thing about the new unit, and I actually called Ozonics about this, I thought maybe I had a bad unit because when you go between standard to boost to hyper boost, there's no noticeable increase in noise or no increase in fan speed, which the older units, they have that, which would be fine. It would be great if all of the modes sounded the same, but the fact is it's they're not quieter. So like that's on boost now. I don't know if you guys can really pick that up with the phone. Let's go hyper boost. So now if I was posting, let me see if you can hear it. If I was posting the decibel test that I was doing this, the decibels on this was way higher than the HR500. But again, I had to do the test a few times and it kept being inconsistent. At the end of the day, even with the inconsistencies with the decibel meter, it was still never quieter than this. Okay? Like, it got closer to the same numbers, but it was never quieter. Let's just turn this off. So again, it's nice that there's no increase in noise, but the problem is there's not a quieter mode. You understand what I'm saying? Like, at least with this one, the standard mode is quieter than any of the modes on this one. That's standard mode. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm just going to quickly go back to this. Wait for that one to turn off. It's immediately, it's louder. It's noticeable. I wanted to just double check, go from the 500 to this just to test my ears again. But there's no way. There's no way that that's quieter. And that's just the standard mode. Again, all the modes, they all sound the same, which is great, but I'd rather have this option to have the standard mode and be quieter. Let's go. It's quieter. Let's go boost mode. See, now there's an increase in noise there. That was boost. Let's go hyper boost. See, I feel like hyper boost is similar in sound to just all the modes on this one. But I'm returning this one. It's, they say it might be, or they claim that it's putting out more ozone. How will I really know that? How am I going to be able to test that? I can't. All I care about is noise. I want the quietest unit I can get. And this one on standard mode is quieter than any of the modes on here. Yeah, this is nice because it has a bigger battery. It'll last longer. But the battery, which I also did a little clip of recording the weights. The battery is so much bigger that this Ozonics unit is heavier because of that. And so you might be, you're getting more hours out of this because you have a huge battery. But this battery weighs less than this battery, and this whole unit is lighter. So it's almost like I'd rather just buy 2 of these batteries, have a similar weight as far as I'm carrying out to the woods, and actually I'd probably have more life out of this with 2 batteries versus just this one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's going to last longer on one single battery, but the battery's bigger and heavier. So it's like, and this for me, honestly, this lasts long enough on a hunt. I never really run out of battery. I've never ran out of battery before, unless I forget to charge it. But after every hunt, I just come back and charge it, and it'll last throughout your whole hunt. You don't really need the extended life of this. I'm rambling now, but again, if you're buying the new 600 because you're like me, you're trying to get the quietest unit you can get because you don't like listening to these units running while you're hunting, don't waste your time. This is not quieter. I mean, maybe it's just my ears, but hopefully the camera picked it up. It's definitely not quieter. I mean, even if it was a similar noise, it's still not worth it to buy it. Even, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not quieter. I hate to say it, it's just not quieter. I'm just going to bring this back. If I want to have more battery, I'll just buy another battery for this. I have no problem running this upside down. Yeah, and I rambled even more. Anyways, that's it. All right, I'm going to weigh these real quick. Hopefully you can see the scale. If not, I tried my best. I'll just tell you the numbers. I'm just gonna put it in this backpack here. Shouldn't weigh, the backpack shouldn't weigh anything because I turned it on with the backpack already hooked up. So this is the HR600 here. You can see with the battery in it. And this is at 1.96 pounds. Again, how accurate this scale is, I don't know, but it's still a good comparison because it's the same scale. And here's the HR600 with the battery in it. 2.18. So as you can see, it's it's not a big difference, but you could definitely feel it when you're holding these things in your hands. You can feel it. I'll weigh it with the battery off. I don't know why it would matter because you need the battery anyways to run it. That's at 1.32. And the HR600 without the battery is going to be 1.2. So, or 1.18. Yeah, I would rather just, the HR600, the battery is lasts long enough for me personally on standard mode and just to charge it every time I come back from a hunt. But if I really needed to, I would just buy another battery for the HR600, run with that, have the quieter Ozonics. Just my opinion.